Welcome in guys to your NFL Week 14 recap, and before I even get started with this Week 14 NFL recap 2021, first is my announcement. Dear NFL analysis, data, whoever works in the NFL, who works with the whole arranging the games, stop putting the Bears on primetime TV. Nobody wants to see 3 hours of Bears football. Nobody. Don't keep putting them on primetime TV. And that's my whole announcement. We start off with this week's games with the Thursday games. It was the Steelers versus the Vikings. Going into the game, the Steelers were 6-5-1, and the Vikings were 5-7. We have a passing touchdown for the first from Jefferson to make it 0-6. Greg Joseph field goal to make it 0-9. Going to second, and a touchdown in the second by Devlin Cook to make it 0-16. Touchdown in the second. 2 touchdowns in the game for Cook to make it 0-23. 42-yard field goal by Greg Joseph in the third to make it 0-26. 25-yard drive in the third by Joseph to make it 0-29. And a Harrison touchdown in the third to make it 7-29. And then a James Washington touchdown in the fourth to make it 20-29. And then a touchdown by Harris to make it, and then after that it was a Osborne touchdown to make it 20-35 to the Vikings. Then we have the Sunday games. We have the Chiefs versus the Raiders versus the Chiefs, 6-6, 8-4. Mike Hughes recovery and touchdown in the first to make it 0-7. Touchdown by Williams to make it 0-14. Touchdown by the Chiefs to make it 0-21. Going to the second, and a touchdown in the second is by Josh Gordon to make it 0-28. A touchdown by the Chiefs in the second to make it 0-35. And then going into the second half, we had a Raiders touchdown going into the third, and a field goal to make it 3-35, and then field goal by the Chiefs in the fourth to make it 3-38 in the third, and then 9-48 in the fourth, and a good win for the Chiefs. And then we had the Bills versus the Buccaneers, 27-33 to the Buccaneers. We had a touchdown by Fournette to make it 0-7 in the first. Field goal by the Bills in the second to make it 3-10. Then a Mike Evans passing touchdown to make it 3-17 in the second. Touchdown by Buccaneers to make it 3-24. Josh Allen touchdown in the third to make it 10-24. Field goal by Buccaneers in the fourth to make it 10-27, and a touchdown by Knox to make it 17-27. Field goal by the Bills to make it 27-27, going to overtime, and then permanent touchdown to make it 26-33 to the Buccaneers. Then we had the 49ers, the Bengals, 26-23. Good win for the 49ers. Field goal for the 49ers in the first to make it 3-0. Bengals field goal to make it 3-3. Then a touchdown by Samuel in the second to make it 10-3. And then Jamar Chase had a touchdown. Was overruled. Then we had a field goal by the Bengals in the second to make it 10-6. Kittle touchdown in the third to make it 17-6 in the third, and then 26-6 in the third, and then 41-yard field goal in overtime to make it 20-23, and then a touchdown by Jamar Chase to make it 26-23 to the Bengals. Then we had the Giants versus the Chargers, 21-37. Elker touchdown to make it 0-7 for the Chargers going to the first. Then we had a Elijah Penny touchdown to make it 7-7. Josh Palmer touchdown in the second to make it 7-14. Justin Hopkins field goal in the second to make it 7-17. Then a 7-24, and then Justin Hopkins field goal to make it 7-27. Then 7-30, and then Barkley touchdown in the fourth to make it 13-37. And then Mike Stevenson's touchdown, rushing touchdown in the fourth to make it 21-37 to the Chargers. Then we had the Saints versus the Jets, 30-9. Good win for the Saints this week. A field goal by the Saints in the first to make it 3-0 in the first. Touchdown by Kamara in the second to make it 10-3. Mosley touchdown in the second to make it 10-6. 31-yard field goal by the Saints in the third to make it 16-6. Touchdown by Hill in the fourth to make it 23-6. Then a 36-yard field goal in the fourth to make it 23-9. And then Hill touchdown plus 2-point conversion to make it 30-9 to the Saints. Then we had the Cowboys versus Washington football team, 27-20. Good win for the Cowboys this week. 30-0 in the first. Field goal Cooper touchdown in the first plus 2-point conversion to make it 11-0 in the first. Armstrong touchdown in the first to make it 18-0 in the second. Zillerman field goal in the second to make it 21-0 in the second, and then 24-0 in the second half. Zillerman field goal to make it 27-8 in the fourth, and Jonathan Williams touchdown in the fourth to make it 27-14. Coven interception touchdown in the fourth to make it 27-20 to the Cowboys. Then we had the Ravens versus the Browns. This was the only four-point game. The Browns get the win 22-24. Field goal for the Browns to make it 0-3. Then a touchdown in the second to make it 0-10. And then Baker Mayfield's second passing touchdown to Hooper in the second to get 0-17. 50-yard field goal in the second by Tucker to make it 3-17. Then touchdown by the Browns to make it 3-24. 42-yard field goal by Tucker and that made it 6-24. And then touchdown by Murray in the fourth to make it 15-24. And then a field goal to make it 22-24 to the Browns. Then we had the Falcons versus the Panthers, 29-21. The big takeaway from this whole game was that Cam Newton got injured in this game. So how are the Panthers going to finish their season? How bad is the injury going to be? It didn't look too good. So it looks like Carolina's going to have the rest of the season with Sam Darnold. So yeah. So Cam Newton had a touchdown in the first week at 0-7. Then a Cordell Patterson touchdown in the first week at 7-7. Walker touchdown in the second week at 14-7. 32-yard field goal in the second week at 17-7. Hubbard touchdown in the third week at 17-14. A 30-yard field goal to make it 20-14 in the third. Hurst touchdown in the fourth to make it 26-14, and then a 40-yard field goal to the Falcons to make it 29-14, and then Robbie Anderson touchdown to make it 29-21 to the Falcons. Then we had the Jags versus the Titans, and the Jags are out of the playoff contention. They're now 2-11, and yeah. The Titans were 0-20 in this game. It was an easy game for the Titans. Touchdown to make it 7-0, and then 43-yard field goal by Bullock in the second to make it 0-10. Touchdown Titans in the third to get 0-17, and then 0-17 in the third, and then Bullock 29-yard field goal by Bullock to make it 0-20 to the Titans. Then we had the Seahawks versus the Texans, 33-13. We had Jordan touchdown at 0-7 in the first, touchdown by Penny to make it 10-17 going into the second, 21-yard field goal to make it 10-10. Then a field goal in the third to make it 16-13, touchdown in the second to make it 16-10, a field goal by the Seahawks to make it 19-13, and then a general Everett touchdown in the fourth to make it 25-13, force a 2-point conversion to make it 27-13 in the fourth, and then a touchdown by Penny, force a 2-point conversion to make it 33-13, the Seahawks. Then we had the Lions versus the Broncos. The Lions last week got their first win in the NFL. Dan Campbell took people's kneecaps for like 13 weeks and finally got his first win, but the Lions were back to their same old losing ways this week, and they lost 10-38. Williams touchdown in the first to make it 0-7 to the Broncos. Touchdown by the Broncos to make it 0-14. Raymond had a touchdown to make it 7-14. 36-yard field goal to make it 10-14. Then 10-17 in the third. A Gordon touchdown to make it 10-31. And then 16-24 in the third, touchdown by Broncos to make it just 10-38. Then we go on to the primetime game of the late Sunday games. Bears football, that's right. We have the Bears versus the Packers, and you know what? As I was going into this thinking, I don't want to really watch 3 hours of Bears football, that it's going to be bad. But you know what? The Bears in that first quarter actually did really well in the game. They started off really good in the game. But then after that, you could see the whole mindset of the Bears, still the meteoric of the McCaskey mindset. But anyway, we had the Santos field goal to make it 3-0. The first touchdown by the Bears in the second to make it 10-0 in the second. Touchdown by Allen to make it 10-7 in the second. 10-14. Then 24-21 by touchdown by Adams. Touchdown Santos field goal 17-14. Then we had 24-14 second. A touchdown from Grant. Then we had a 27-yard field goal, 27-21 in the second, then and then a touchdown in the third by Jones to make it 27-28. Field goal in the third to make it 27-38 by Jones, and then a 28-yard field goal to make it 27-35. Then touchdown by Jones to make it 27-45 in the fourth to the Packers. So once again, Aaron Rodgers makes the Bears their bitch again. And then we go on to last night's game, the Monday game. The Cardinals, who were 10-2, and the Rams, who were, was it 8-2? Yeah, I think it was like 8-2. Like, this was one of the best games of the weekend, in my opinion. The Rams defense was good in this game. The Cardinals didn't have much of the ball. You would expect that from a Rams team. But you had a Matthew Prater touchdown field goal in the first to make it 3-0 to the Cardinals in 3-7. 55-yard field goal to make it 3-10. James Conner has got his 7th consecutive touchdown. James Conner had 7 consecutive touchdowns this season, and he got his 10-10 in the second. 35-yard field goal from the Rams make it 10-13. 53-yard field goal from the Cardinals in the second to make it 13-13. Then Van Jefferson's touchdown to make it 13-20. Then a touchdown by Cooper Cup to make it 13-27. And then Connor had a touchdown, his second touchdown of the game to make it 20-27. Yeah, 20-23. And then a 23-30 field goal to the Rams. And that is my week 14 NFL recap done. I'll leave you guys thoughts in the comments, and peace.